Driver here. Welcome back to the channel. 777 Rough Driver. Today we're going to put the heated grips on. This is the second part of this video, because when I put the handlebars on, I said I was going to put the heated grips on, but there was not enough, obviously, time in the video. It had been going on too long and it got a bit boring. So I've got one heated grip on, as you saw in the first video. I've still got to glue that. I'll get this one off here. And before I start, thanks very much for subscribing to the channel. And just to say, all these modifications I'm doing on this bike is all out of my pocket. No one's sponsoring me. I'm not paid by YouTube, and I'm not paid by anybody. So everything I do is out of my own bin, and it's because I enjoy doing these videos. If I didn't enjoy them, they won't be posted up. So thank you for subscribing to the channel, and let's get on with the actual video. And yeah, so at the moment, I don't know if you can see there, I'm just going to come behind the camera just to see if we're zoomed in. We might just bring it over a little bit there. Right, let's go in a little bit. I'm just going to get this grip off because the other one's on. Just break the glue. Just go around there on the throttle and try and, there we go. Round we go with the screwdriver. It's a nice flat one. Now I'll keep these grips, like I say, because I've got the other bars. And I'll try and pull this off like a trunk. Hope I don't pull the bike over, it comes. Right. Oh, yeah. Pull it out. Probably flooding it as well a bit. I want to start this out a bit. Right, it's just coming. Slow but sure. Right, you get the general gist, so I'm going to turn the video off, or should I keep it going, I don't know. Right, let's get that off. Yeah, don't want your bike to fall over. It's going very slowly. Here she comes. Oh. Right, one grip off. Just push the grip on. I haven't glued it. I'll be recording sell it. Yeah, we're going. I haven't recorded it. I haven't glued it. Try and get this on as near as I can. Right, we're back, and now I'm going to loosen off the tank. I've got all the things on. I haven't glued them. I'm going to do that last of all, the glue inside of it, because I want to make sure, especially that one, once you put it in set, I want to run the wires in, join them all up, and this one as well. I might just, that one seems to be snug, so I might not even touch that one, but it's this one, it definitely needs glue on it, because I didn't glue the one on my Triumph and that stayed nice and snug. If it does move, then I'll have to pull it off and put a little bit of glue on it. Still waiting for the bar ends to come, so I don't think they'll be put on at the video, which is just such a shame. But hey, at least you'll see the heated grips going. That's the main thing. But the next job is obviously to take out the two Allen bolts here and loosen the tank off, take the seat off, and then we should be cooking with gas. Okay, so we're back in a minute. I'm just going to switch off, come back on. Hello there, we're back again. Right, I've got the Oxford heated grips power lead, and what I've done, I've got it out of the box, and I was going to run it straight to the actual up for the tank, and I noticed I've covered up the two prong bit at the bottom here because it's exposed, and I'm going to put this to the actual power unit now, which is obviously live and earth. So I'm going to run that and maybe go where the USB was running. So bear with me while I take these, put this power cable on. Now I ain't going to show you me putting this on, because all you got to do is put that one on there and the earth on there. Alright, so I'll connect that up and I'll come back. Connected up. Oh, it's all connected up now, live, and I've got the wire going here at the moment. So now I've got to find a path under the tank. I see the red one's going underneath there, if you can see it. So I'm going to follow the red one because I'm quite happy when it's gone. So I'm going to have to lift the tank up in a minute. So I'm going to undo the bolts on the tank, which is obviously over here, and just lift the tank up. I might have to take these side panels off. I think I'll have to take these side panels off. Yes, I'm going to have to. Yep, that's right, I remember now. Oh, I've got to unscrew them and all. Yes, there's a little bit of faffing around just to move the tank again. So it's these bolts here and there. Don't lose them. And take that off if it's a bit dim in it. Alright, just took one bolt out, let's do another bolt. Wrong bloody spanner. Where did I put that? Oh, that's why something there. That's the one. Oh, that's the one. Right. He's got little plastic washers on these as well. So just be careful you don't lose the flat plastic washer. Like I say, you might be able to see it quite clearly on the camera, but it's a bit dim in it tonight, and I've got a couple of lights on. Right, and there's the plastic washer on there, if you can see. So don't try and lose that. Put that somewhere safe. And now I've got to pull these panels off carefully. Right, that'll come off. That's one off. Put it somewhere safely, don't stand on it. And let's get the other one. Oh, that's it. That's it, she's off. Alright, she's off. Alright, there's the tank. Nuts out. I've got to unscrew the other one now. There's a lot of faffing around just to run the leads. Once you've got the leads in, it's alright. But like I say, I thought I could get away with running that lead without putting a bit of tape on it. But as I see them exposed, I didn't want to do it. Just one bolt out. Let's get another one out. Hope this one's going to fit. Yeah. That's it. Like I say, you can speed this up if you want to. That's a bit boring, I know, watching someone undo a nut. I don't do the up speeding up, I just like to do it in real time. Right, that's another nut out. Tank. Right. Hopefully now I can just sort of jiggle it off. Oh, I've got to take that bloody no, I haven't. Oh, I've got to take the bolts off now, haven't I? It won't. Or can I jiggle it up like that? No, I think I'm going to have to take the bolts off to do a professional job. I thought I could get away with it. No, you can't. It was a long time since I took this tank off. Yes, got to take them off. So bear with me. Was that 13, I think? Let's have a look. Alright, oh, a bit smaller. What's that size? Trying to see the size. It says 12. Oh, it looks like a 10 to me. Is that a 10? Yeah, it's a little bit loose for 10 actually. Is that 10? That's 11, isn't it? Yeah, it's 11. This has got to be 10. Yep, bang on. A little extension. size is that one? That's it. Oh, that's that one off. That's that one off. Just better do that by hand. I don't know if those rubbers come out. I'll put those over there nice and safe. Put that one there safe. I'm going to say so this is the bit that does take its time. But you've got to route them right. If you don't route them right, a bit of patience. Right, see if this comes up now. So I don't want to take it out. Just want to lift it up. There we go. That's it. It's up. Right. Here we are. Come around here. Okay, I've sussed out my route. Right, so I haven't took it completely off. So now I'm going to put this down that way, so it's out of the way. Run this. Can you see me? Running this underneath here with the tape on it, of course. And I'm following the red wire, which is down here. I'll get the. I'm going down this way. So, right, I'm going to turn that camera off and show you exactly where I'm going. All right. As you can see, this is coming through here, underneath this chassis bit here, and you can see this red lead, which is my USB lead. Okay. And if I can come back a bit. Yeah, I'll come back a bit. I'm just trying to get hold of that lead. Where is it, for Christ's sake? It's around somewhere. It's underneath here. Hang on, got it. Have I got it? Oh God, it's hard to do with one hand. Here she comes. All right. Right, that's out of the way. Don't pull it too tight, don't pull it off the terminals. I don't know whether it's catching there somewhere. Let's have a look what's going on here. I've got a bit of a knot. Right, I think that's alright. That's going to stay there. Right, that's going to go up here. This is the way I'm routing it. You haven't got to follow it, but it seems to be a good route, this one. So that's that. So that connect to that, and that'll come up to there. That's where I'm going over the other side, and that'll go up there. So I'm going to lift that up the tank, and I'm going to have to put you back up there now because, again, I can't work with one hand. So bear with me. Right. I'm back on here now, and I'll find out where this goes. This goes up here. Where does it go from there? Up, past there. I might have to lift it up a bit. There she comes. Down here. Up here. Let's get some plastic ties. Right, so far, freedom. Right, underneath that bit. So there. Oh, just enough leads. Plus we've got those leads as well there. So that's coming out. There. So I don't know if you can see the leads coming out there. Right, so we'll connect these up. So I'm going to have to come take the camera off again and show you what I'm doing next. Well, I'm trying to give you this is the instructions to the actual sports grips, and as you see, is the battery. I've just done the terminals too. You run it underneath the tank. You see the connector there, and there, and there. So what I'm going to show you, obviously, that's, I don't know if you can see that too, the shadows coming over it. If you can see a little diagram there, that gives you an idea what I'm actually trying to do and connect up to. So the next thing is I've got to put all these little things up behind here. So I've got to run the leads up here. This is where I'm going to go. This is where I'm going through here. So I'll show you me connecting up in a minute, but I'm going to have to sort of thread that through first, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. All right. The throttle side lead, I'll just threadle through, and it goes into. I don't know if we can see. I'll get some light behind us. I don't know if you can see that at all. It goes in down there between that little cable holder, and like I say, it's not the best light to do this in. I should have probably done it in the daylight, but it comes round the bar underneath there, yeah, so you can see it wiggling, so you can find a little hole in there and put it in there. And the good thing is Kawasaki have supplied a little rubber grommet thing which holds all the cables together up here, so I'm going to clip that on there. So we're rolling again. As you can see, it's going off of the throttle bit over to the little rubber connection that is already with Kawasaki, and I've tied it in, and it goes round down the back where all the other leads come out. And I'm going to try and do the same with the other one. And obviously when you do this, make sure, like I say, until I connect it all up and we see it all hunky-dory, got to do a test with the handlebars and make sure there's no snagging, because the last thing you want is the heated grips pulling out or snapping. So, but like I say, I never fitted these before on this particular model, and if I can give you as much information as I can, I will. And I'm going to do the same with the other one, with the other two actually, and we'll plug them in a minute. And those connectors are there, two different colours there. You can see the colours, red and something. Is that black? You might see another colour to me, but and blue and white, I believe that is. And another colour there, is there? Looks like three little wires in there to me. You probably see it better on the video, because every time I describe that, I don't see it till I get back and view it on the actual video. I go, why did I say that colour? And it's not that colour at all. And it's because I'm in a different light here. The shed's a bit dim. I've got a couple of lights going, and really I should have done it in the daylight. But anyway, I'm going to thread those, undo that little cable there, run them through there, down on that little clip here, and again through the handlebars and down the other side, and see how it clips over. But before I thread the cable in, like I said, I'm going to have to put some super glue on this cable here. Oh shit. And let that go off. Hope that's enough. Put that on quickly before it goes off. Up to the light. There you go. I think that's about right. Yep. So that, set it that way. It's gone right in. And just let that go off, because I don't want that spinning around before that's going to go off. So that's glued in now. And I will glue this one in later probably. I don't know, but it's quite snug. But if I get any problems with that, I could glue that in afterwards. There's no problem with that one. but I just have to see, you know. Anyway, it's glued in. I'm going to thread all that, like I said, through the little clip down the bottom there. So, and I'll show you where it comes out once I've finished. Well, I'm going to try and get the light over here so you can actually see something coming up. I don't know if you can see, there's a lead. That lead there is going behind there, and round where the other two are going in there. There's a little gap in there, which I'm trying to get some light to it. I don't think my lead's long enough to get this light over, but there's a bit more light there. It goes down there. You'll find a little gap anyway. Threaded it through. Let's put that on there. Like I say, it's not the best light I've done this in. Should have done it during the day, to be honest. And where is it? It's come out there. But I think I'm going to have to come around the stock and join up with these leads here. I think. I'll let you know in a minute. Right, we're back again. I've got the lead round here going down there. It's tricky because you've got all these little things in the way, these relays and bits and pieces like that. I'm just trying to tuck things out of the way. The best route, because it's going that way. It's not obviously going that way, it's going this way. So until I sort a few things out, the routing, I don't want the cable to come over here. I don't want that cable to go over this battery, because when that seat comes down, so I'll put them down to the sides. Put a cloth behind here, because what I found every time I'm lifting up this tank, it's scratching the paint off the actual, there's little tubes that come out from the tank, feeds, and scratching the paint off. So I'm going to buy a little bit of brown paint from a company and touch that back up. So if you're doing that, put a cloth behind it, because every time you lift this tank up, and be very careful the tank doesn't drop when you're moving things, because that goes over, end of show. And I nearly had it go over, so watch out. That's because moving around, but it's only to chop this up, but it's very unstable. So I've run the lead, as you can see with the red one, that's the USB. So I'll follow that, go past here. It's going to be tuned in with this, so it's all going to come up here and cable tied. Comes round here and it goes underneath the air box, and that's the feed that comes out. Okay, now the only problem I've got this present time is the cables are quite short here. I say short, they're not short, there's just enough, if you understand what I'm saying. And the connectors are there, so I'm going to join these connectors up in a minute. But I'm trying to think the best feed, and I've tried to go underneath and come out, but where your lead is only so, and because it's going, you can see it from there going down and onto the leads there. That's the way I run it. I haven't run it to the throttle, I've run it to the electrical leads that come down. They go in here behind this plastic, but if you run that through that plastic, then you lose a lot of slack, so you can't go through that way. So I found that, and I tried it the other side. So I've been taking some time to route this, and the only way you can come in is where my USB is. You'd either come behind the tank or in front of it. Now you take your route, I'm going to take mine. So I'll let you know what route I'm going to actually take. But once it's bolted down, I've got to do the test by turning the actual handlebars and see how the slack works, you know, because the last thing, like I say, you don't turn this on a really big angle unless you're in a car park and you're pushing it around, but you still need obviously enough slack so it doesn't pull the sockets out, it doesn't snap it or cause any sort of accident. But like I say, follow your own route. I'm only doing my route, and I don't want anyone to sort of like say, oh, it's all your fault. You follow your own route, this is my route, so you don't have to follow it. And that's where I'm stuck at the moment, so bear with me. I'm going to join these cables up and we'll see how it all pans out. Looking at the connections, you've got 2 in that one, 3 in that one, 2 in that one. So the 2 and the 2 goes together, and the 3, which is there, and the 3 there goes together. So 1 connects up to the handlebars, and 1 connects up to the feed. So, alright, so one's a crossover and one's the other one. I will again show you once they're connected. I can't really film these screwing these all up together, but I'll screw these all in, and you'll see the colour codes and where they go. Alright, look, they're coloured up, and that's the blank one. Alright, so I'll screw them up and you can see exactly where they go. You better do that because you have the diagram there anyway, and it's so easy really, because you can't go wrong, and there's little grooves in there, so you can't plug these in wrong at all. So 3 goes, the 3 pins go to the 3-pin female, and the 2-pin goes to the 2-pin female. But I'll show that when it's wired up. Well, I've just joined the wire up. As you can see, there's the feed joined to the red, and I believe that's black. And the other one is obviously to this handlebar here, is joined by the other one, the other clutch side, to this side, which is the blue, green and white, which goes to this side, which is the throttle side. So that's all joined up. Now I'm going to, before I put the tank down or anything else, I'm going to try with the ignition on and see if it works before I do any more gluing. That's glued, that side, as you well know. You see me glue that up, that's gone off. I had to come back in the morning, it was getting very dark. That tank, because I got it up on a bit of wood, it did fall over. I managed to save it. So I'm warning yourself here, and when you're lifting it up, put a cloth down the back, otherwise you end up scratching those little pipes that come out, which I've got to touch up. So you're learning by my mistakes here, and so that is now in. So I'm going to drop the tank down. I've now routed obviously the thing coming through there underneath there. Put the cloth there so they don't keep scratching that bloody paint on the back there. Routed that underneath there, over the fuel pipe or some sort of a breather pipe. I think it's a fuel pipe, I think. But and clip, 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 and another one up there, which I've got to trim off. And your plastic, all your leads will be sitting here, out of the way. So when the tank goes down, they sit there. And I've routed it. That lead there, where's the other lead? I can't see it. And the other lead's there. So they're going round the tank, the front of it. So that's the way I've done it. Whether you want to follow that one is down to you. I've checked it out, lock to lock. We'll do that in a minute anyway. I'll put all the tank back together now and see how we are, and just do a little test on it, and that should be the end of the video then. And just a little test, you know, like just a little test. Right, just an update of the wiring so far. So it's all been down there, the tank is up in the air. I'll clip that one in, I'll clip that one in to the USB, and it's following up the brake line all the way along there, coming out in the airbox down there. The main part of the actual leads which I showed you, which I joined up, was sitting just in the crest of the tank here, where the little rubber is, and 2 leads are going in front of the actual bolts of the tank, which go near the stock, but I left a little bit of slack. You can go the other way, but I found that was folding up a bit too much. So again, if you're doing this, test it on a test ride. Follow your own way you want to do it, because my handlebars are different to yours. Alright, they're not stock, so won't take any responsibility in them snagging up unless you do your own sort of stuff. I've done it my way because my handlebars are totally different, and hopefully this all works out. I can't go for a test ride because this is off the road till next year, so I'm just going to do little modifications. What I feel next will be the tank badges. But anyway, cut long story short, that's where we are so far. Okay, but I'm going to put it all back together and do the test on the locks and see if it works all right. Okay, it's come to the end of the video now. I've now put everything back together. The bike is back together. Zoom out a bit. So she's in the shed, and the heater grips are on. And what I did on this one, I shaved off the little retainer that is like a stopper. Shouldn't do that really, but it's down to you. I've done it, so I didn't have the gap, so much of the gap, and pushed it up. It's glued now, so it's stuck in position. Remember, when you're putting these grips on, these come down parallel to the throttle, and obviously parallel flat there to the switch gear. You can see, so that's the settings of them. I've put, I don't know if we can see from here, I might just throw a bit of light over. You might see where that red cable is. That's one of the leads coming up, and I don't know, like I say, it's a bit dark, but there's another lead coming out in front of the other tank thing, tank bolt. So if I can just show you, we've got one here and one there. This is the way I've done it. I've tried it the other way, but it seemed to sort of snag up and go round the other way. I've been, like, before I started the video, I've had a bit of time sort of sorting out the wiring, you know, like where it's leading to, and I've come to the conclusion that's the best way for me. Now, whatever you do when you wire them in, it's down to you, but that's the best way for me. I've turned the handlebars, I've got the quad lock back on, and so I've turn it to that way and that way, and it seems to be fine. Throttle's on, that's, like I say, glued, that's parallel. Let's put it back down. But like I say, my bars are different. I've just, you know, if you saw the first video, I've changed the bars over because I didn't want chrome. They're only cheap bars. Really should have got some dearer ones with, what's the word I'm looking for? The lathe, the tapering on the bars. They didn't have any tapering, so I had to measure it up. Made it a little bit more awkward than it should have been, really. But they're not bad bars for the money. They're not bad. You know, that's just £40 really, which is what, put an extra $10 on that. I suppose $50, I suppose. I don't know, 60. I don't know what it is in sterling. You know, that's in dollars, I suppose. That's rough, I guess. You know what I mean? Anyway, they're on. Let's start it up. So there's going to be a bit of noise here. You won't be able to hear me speaking. So I'll put this down here. Now the choke's on, it's been laying around a bit. So 3 seconds on that. 1, 2, 3, it should come on, there we go. That's on the hot setting. That's on the medium setting, and blue is the colder setting. I think it's 45 degrees on the red. I think 40, I think, on the white, I believe, and about 35 or 30 on the blue. So But consult your manual, I could be wrong, you can just toggle for it just like that. And red, we're getting warm now. I haven't got the bar end. They're not broke. They're the ones who can come off. They go up. You know. Just got to get the bar end mirrors because these are hollow. But if you've got factory ones, obviously you'd have the screws in there. But like I say, my setup's a little bit different now. And you know, at the end of the day, oh, they're nice now. That's why I've set up mine different. They're nice and warm. But I know, I think in one of the parts of the video I started knocking it up with a hammer. You're not supposed to hit that with any bits of wood or anything like that. You can break it. But I did knock it up sometimes because it's easier just to give it a little tap. Only a light tap. Sometimes it puts it in. But glue the throttle, glue the clutch areas, because you don't want it when you're going out, mishap happening. But do the old anti-lock, right to left, just to check out your thing. Check your wiring, mate. I've tagged this all in. Let me just turn this off now. Right, 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Off. Right, I don't know if you can hear me over all that noise, but as I said, we can do the anti-lock side of it. Left to right. Make sure your leads are not snagging. Make sure these are glued. Do not hit them with a hammer. Even though I do, but it's up to me. It's my product. I bought it, so I can do what I want. But they are weak, you know. They will snap off in there. But if you've got something, give it a little tap light. If you want to just get it up a bit, just tap it lightly. I find, and it goes up. But if you sanded it down and you've got no problems, and you can twist it up. So you know what I mean. But most of these bikes, you might have to file the throttle off. You know, this one you didn't. This is, I don't know if it's just mine or maybe all the models. It was smooth as anything. The only thing I did do was take the stopper off the end. Now, when you take the stopper off the end and you want to change this back, you haven't got the stopper there. You know, it's gone. So what happens? Maybe the factory ones will go in there tight, and they may stick on there when you're revving. But if you're not worried like I am, I've got the gap. It's not moving anywhere, and you just glue it with a gap, then you'll be okay. So just use your common sense, really, you know. And well, that's the end of the video. I hope it's been helpful. Like I say, it took me longer. It took a couple of days, really, but I wanted to do it properly. It probably wouldn't take a couple of days in a motorcycle shop. But I've got no rush. I haven't got to get this bike out. I haven't got to ride it anywhere. So I just took my time, and it was just the leads really coming through the tank. You know, routing them past me USB bit and finding out the best routing for them. And like I say, I've done that, and it's worked out all right. So. Anyway, like I say, they're not sponsored by anybody. No one's gave me these handlebars. No one's gave me the heated grips. I bought them all out of my own money. And it's a video I'm quite happy to do, because when you modify your own bike, you quite enjoy doing it. And next ones are going to be the badges. Change the silver badges to white. But that's the heated grips, the Oxford heated grips, sports grips, fitted to this bike. They're better than the ones with a little square on them. They cost a little bit more money, but I got them for a bargain anyway. I paid half price. They're normally about £200 they retail at, and I got them for 119. So it's half the money. They're all fitted up now. There's none of this faffing around with the Kawasaki one where you've got all the other little odds and ends. You know, plug them in there, plug them in there. But hey, it's up to you what way you go. If you get these Kawasaki ones or you get these ones. I prefer these ones because they're cheaper for a start. I find that the setup's better. The buttons well away from the instrument panel. And yeah, so, but be careful when you're lifting this tank up. I nearly had a moment where the tank nearly fell off. But then again, I didn't have it square. You know, I didn't have it square at all on a paddock stand, and that can be a bit of a faff. But like I say, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I say, I hope it's been helpful, and I'll see you pretty soon. This is 777 Rough Driver signing off with another video. Thank you very much. See you soon.